I have no words for this administration, the fake man sitting in the Oval Office. Um, when I think of how the left accused Trump of being a tyrant, a dictator, what more do we have now in sitting in the Oval Office but a tyrant and a dictator? I hate hearing the man speak, but it's laughable to hear him get to this 6 point plan, which really is taking away our freedoms. And I seriously question the constitutionality of this, because one thing I said before is that the government is getting small business or large businesses to do their dirty work. And that's exactly what he's calling them to do by getting the Department of Labor to impose fines on larger companies, basically companies who have 100 or more employees. I can you get fixed for that. If you have 100, say bye to one. There you go. Anyhow, I seriously question constitutionality of this. This is going to end up in the Supreme Court. The pressures. What he's trying to do is save face with one failure after another. I'll say that again. He's trying to save face, having experienced one failure after another. We're talking about a man who called the Afghanistan withdrawal a success. It's laughable. Well, this is how I say it. It'd be funny if it weren't so pathetic. And it really is pathetic to watch all of this play out before us. Now, one of the things I keep bringing into my mind is that we are in the beginning of sorrows. That's where we are. When you look at the Bible, we are at the beginning of sorrows. And I've been saying this for over a year. And what's happening is when things are heating up. And we're getting further into those sorrows. Now he's going to push for governors to mandate that state employees, I'm a teacher. Technically, I'm a state employee. Now I know DeSantis is going to back us up. He's going to back us up. He's going to keep it optional for teachers to get vaccinated. I bet money on that. But to mandate, to disregard. Now, these are the same people who push for the woman's right to choose, but you're not allowed to choose whether or not to get the vaccine. Now, I had made a decision when Trump was in the office, when he was pushing for the I forget what it was called, to get the vaccine made and out there. I had made a decision, no. I said, if you're moving to get a vaccine that fast, no, no, no. Okay? Then they're claiming it's safe. No, no, no. The FDA approves it. No, no, no. Even with FDA approval, considering the fact that there's drugs that take years to get FDA approval, vaccines that take years to get FDA approval, and you did this in a matter of months? Think about it. We need to question what's happening here. Now, people are saying it's about depopulation. Yeah, I believe that. It's about control. It's about that too. Regardless of what it's about, question it. I have a lot of questions here. You don't push this hard for flu vaccinations, but you're pushing hard for this one that was approved in what? Less than a year's time. After coming out in the market, less than a year's time. Why are you pushing so hard for everybody to be vaccinated? Newsflash, COVID's not going away. Even with everybody vaccinated, COVID is not going away. So I can line up and get the jab. Guess what's going to happen? COVID's still going to be here. And don't get me started on the pandemic of the unvaccinated. When you look at what they're qualifying as unvaccinated, they're not even sure in the hospitals about who's fully vaccinated and who's partially vaccinated, and some places are classifying partially vaccinated. If you got one jab, you're supposed to get a second, and you got sick before you got the second, they're classifying them as unvaccinated. What's next? That, oh, if you've had both jabs but you don't have a booster shot, you're going to be classified as unvaccinated. When is it going to end? Because now they're moving to a point where you're going to be repeatedly have that crap injected into you. I recall when I was in college, and I'm trying to remember which sweetener it was. The artificial sweeteners. It wasn't Splenda. This was long before Splenda, or whatever the blue one was. I think one of my, and I played in the marching band when I was in college. We were in the student union eating lunch, and he says, "Yeah, one day they won't even need to embalm you, just put you in a casket." That's what he said about this particular sweetener. Yeah. Just think about it. Anyhow, I'm beyond livid. I'm beyond livid. Joe Biden trying to act tough. Man, this is a man who had a disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan. Left Americans behind when he claimed they weren't going to be left behind. Stands there on TV and lies, saying that if they wanted to get out, they could get out. If they're still there, they want to stay there. And it's like, you know, I've never heard such bullshit in my life. Here's how you figure out what's going on. Here's how you get down to the truth. Whatever legacy media is telling you, that is a lie. I'm going to say that again. Whatever legacy media, mainstream media, and what I mean by legacy media is those CBS, NBC, ABC, MSNBC, CNN, whatever they're telling you, it is a lie. Whatever they're telling you, the opposite is what's really going on. If they're telling you the hospitals are loaded up with unvaccinated, no, you have a good number of vaccinated people laying in those hospitals. Oh, only a small number of vaccinated people are getting the virus. That is not true. A lot more are getting sick than you think are getting sick. It's the largest cover-up ever. And they won't tell you about what's going on in some of the most highly vaccinated countries out there, like Israel, who has experienced an epidemic of the vaccinated. Now, they're not going to tell you the truth. They wouldn't tell you the truth if they were facing the guillotine, because they make up some lie to try to get out of it and hope you believe it. They will go to their death. They will go to their deaths spreading and promoting these lies.